the player Tiresias in Brian's game, and I think Nicolas Cage is a great actor. Boom. Uh, oh yeah, so nobody knows. Brian,
No.
why don't you go next? Boom. That has nothing to do with the question I
That was
asked.
not the question.
But it wasn't.
It was something that you like that many other people don't.
God, that's all.
I don't. No, it's totally fine.
The question
Good
just
start.
is you.
Oh, nice.
Still laughing.
That was so good.
Yeah, you worked in radio.
Boom. Nicolette, why don't you go next?
Okay, so I'm Nicolette. I'm playing Umiko, the Triton cleric. And something that I like that most people don't like, I love classical music. Give me some Tchaikovsky, give me some Bach, give me some, a little bit of it all.
Nice. That's nice.
Sweet. Keisha, you want to go next?
Hello, I am Keisha, and I am playing Nama. And something that I like that nobody else likes. That's a lot of things. We'll start with just hummus. There you go. Like,
Hummus. All
there you go.
right. Richard, that face was all I needed to see tonight. Why don't you go next?
My name is Richard. I am Flood, the Shifter Monk, Wild Hunt Shifter Monk. Something that I like that a lot of other people don't like. Oh, I'll go with really like hard EDM music. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of electronica, so like
Like
I
all
need
the
more
boots and
hard house.
cats?
Boots and cats? No, 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 no,
No, not that.
no, not that. No, not that.
All boots, no cats.
Yeah, all boots, no cats.
There we go.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for your fantastic factoids. I think from here, uh, I'm gonna say let's jump right in. So you guys have left the two skulk bodies with Mary Wise and have headed back to the inn, fill her up, and I think you were planning on taking a rest. It would be just after midday. So I guess did you guys want to take like an 8, or do you want to take a real quick nap?
I'm fine with taking a nap.
Nap it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I'm down for a nap.
Always.
nap.
Sweet.
Nap.
Just for the sake of pacing, let's say you guys have done that. You have gone to the inn, checked in, went to your rooms. Cyrus, you probably wandered home. And I'll say about an hour and a half to 2 hours have passed, and you all are back at Filler Up, where you agreed to meet. It is about 3:34, a couple hours before sun will set. And you guys are at a table in Filler Up. Go.
Oh, I thought that was somebody else.
Is that a patron?
Yeah, some random guy walks by. Go.
Oh, okay. Where are we going? I don't know why. Why are we going? Hey, who's working today? I need something to eat before I go to sleep or after I slept. Either way, I need something to eat.
You don't see anyone out right now, but you know that Gronk has been in the kitchen most days.
All right, and we're just at a table, not at the bar, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk over to the bar and I'm gonna start yelling his name to see if he'll come out. Oh, Gronk, Gronk.
You'll hear some banging, clattering as the door swings open, and you see the familiar face of Gronk peering out the double doors to the kitchen. Yeah.
Can I please get like a really big salad, like the biggest salad you can make?
Sure. Coming right up. And he'll disappear back into the kitchen.
Right. Cool, 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 cool. Wait a minute, did you guys want something? So y'all just gonna have to wait for the salad to get there, I guess, or
It's fine. I don't need anything. I appreciate it though.
Flood,
Do
Flood
you
will
want
look
some of my
around
salad?
for Lily or Sam. If either one of them are around.
Lindell is just coming out after Gronk disappeared into the back of the kitchen and taking her usual seat in the corner with what looks like a small book.
I'll just kind of like wave my hand. Lindell, can I get my usual, please?
She'll close the book, get back up off her stool, and disappear quickly into the kitchen with a nod.
Thank
This whole
you.
time, sorry.
No, you're fine.
This whole time, Cyrus has been has a journal open and is currently like flipping through some of his pages. And if you look closely, you can see that there are some like sketches that he has of some of the like one of them is the syringe that you saw him pull out earlier and hit Umiko with. Not sure if there's anything that I don't think I took any notes on.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what you working on there?
Looking through some of my my notes on some of the innovations that I've worked on. To be honest, I don't know what we're going to need, but I've never dealt that much with goblins. Like, I've gone up to the Sakoshi Mountains before, but it's always with a team, and therefore I'm not the one that has to deal with any kind of outside threat. But
Wait, we're going up there? I thought that they had troops out there. Why do we have to go?
well, they do have troops out there, but here's the thing: is the skulls are coming from somewhere, and whether they are being produced here in the town or whether they're coming from somewhere, we're going to need to figure this out. Yes.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
I guess you're right, yeah. I say let's do it. An
Well-
adventure is always worthwhile.
Either way, Edwin's parents went missing, and I say that we should find them. If it's what the skulks that we just fought, then, you know, there's only so much we can do. But if they are still somewhere, and those skulks are just spirits that managed to appear, then they might still be in trouble. And I feel a prerogative to be able to find them one way or the other. Or find out their fate, that way we can have a definitive answer.
Let's do it. Let's do it for Edwin.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd
It'll
like to
make
have an
him
answer
feel
for the
better.
kid. Most of the time, if there's a ghost, I think that means they're dead. But maybe I could totally be wrong on that.
I've heard of soul splitting, you know, where they may fall unconscious or they become possessed and then a second creature is created from their souls. You know, it's weird stuff. I've read some in the books. It's unnatural, but either way, I'd rather have an answer that we can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like one too. I've never heard of anything like that before, and if that's out there, I definitely want to do something about it.
About this time, Lindell will appear, dropping off a flagon of mead at Flood's, in front of Flood, and what looks like a an empty wine barrel full of vegetables in front of Nama.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lindell.
No problem.
Lindell, do you have what do you guys think I should get this time? I want to try something different.
Have you ever tried milk?
Yeah, let's do that and maybe something to go with it. Maybe like
Have you ever
bread?
had a
Give her
biscuit?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, give her
some-
pastry.
Or
Give her a cookie.
or yeah,
Why
Milk
don't-
and
I don't know.
cookies.
What am I
classic
getting you?
together.
I've heard like 6 things, and I don't know that you can eat all of them.
Do you
Milk.
have soft cookies?
No, you could try the baker though.
What about bread and cheese?
Yeah, we've got that.
Okay, let's do that because that'll be good on my teeth.
Bread
Oh,
and
shit, I
cheese
just showed my
and
teeth.
milk. Great.
Somebody gonna be
She'll
constipated in a little
smile
bit.
back at you
Ooh.
and disappear again into the kitchen.
Does lactose intolerance exist here?
We'll
Sure.
find out.
Or celiac disease? I
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
Ooh,
Cool.
this is about to be interesting. Don't run too hard, Umiko.
Okay. Okay. Hey Pensworth, come out.
He'll skitter out.
And I'll put him on the table.
Like
Do you guys mind if
Pensworth,
he Yeah, he wants to listen. He likes
I'm
to
a-
be around.
I'm gonna give him a piece of lettuce and a tomato. Sit it in front of him.
He'll tentatively nip at it and eat a little bit, but not very much.
You know, I don't think he eats.
He's more of a
You went out a
meat
little
eater.
bit.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't think he eats a lot of vegetables. I think he's more of a meat eater. He likes fish and shrimp, stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe he likes veggies too. I don't know.
Not a problem. I just knew that turtles like that, and I didn't know if he was gonna be like a turtle. So I was like, ooh, he might like it.
I've only met big sea turtles, hundreds of years old, down in the ocean. I have never met a land turtle, so I don't know.
And Linda will appear back from the kitchen again with a small wooden platter with several small pieces of bread and a single hunk of cheese on it and a glass of milk, and places it in front of you. Takes a big sigh and looks at each of you in turn, except for Cyrus, doing some muttering to herself. Through 3 silver pieces and 2 copper, please.
And I will pass her what I owe her.
I'll just give her a gold. I'll say, you've done fabulous, and drop one for her.
Yep. Be right behind her and give her a piece of gold.
You guys are giving her collectively 2 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
I'm like,
She
and keep some for yourself, but if there's too much there, can you put some on a tab for us for later?
Sure.
But keep
Uh,
some for yourself. Definitely.
If you managed to eat or drink a gold's worth today, kudos to you.
Yeah, I might. I am a loxodon.
Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it. And she will kind of do like a little curtsy before running back into the kitchen, and several moments later coming back out, sitting back down on her stool, and opening up her book.
Can I see what kind of book she's reading?
Make a perception check.
Oh, yeah. I love those.
First roll of the night.
Oh yeah.
13.
She is reading a small, it looks like almost a pocket-sized book. And you don't see a title on it, but gazing over As she opens it, it looks like there's some tables and formulas inside.
I'll just kind of shrug and kind of say, she must be a smart one. And just start poking the cheese because I've never seen this thing before.
Well,
You go ahead.
I was about to say, Umiko, it is food. You can eat it.
It's just so square. I've never seen square food.
And it's it could be square. That's fine, but it's not like a square. It looks like someone grabbed a block and broke off a chunk and set it on there. So it's square-ish, but it's rough.
Back it.
So I start eating it.
Wait, Umiko, don't you have a knife?
There was no silverware brought with it.
I
don't-
pull my dagger out and like stab it into the table while I'm reading.
And I'll be like, here, just since you already did that, I'm gonna tell her just take the cheese and just slice it. Just slice it and then eat a small piece with some bread.
Okay. So I'll do what she tells me and take a chunk and eat into it.
Roll a D100, please.
Oh.
I'm gonna say
Oh, for
on a 1
diarrhea.
through a 5, you're lactose intolerant because you've never had this before. You probably haven't had
I
any
got a
sort of
6.
milk. Boom, you're fine. It's a weird new taste, but it's not anything your body reacts negatively to. It's just different and probably a lot creamier than anything you're used to under the sea.
Under the
the
sea.
sea.
Under the sea. I
Under
just
the
start
sea.
inhaling it. I am loving this, and I'm just like, guys, this is the best thing ever.
Amazing. She likes it.
I'm glad she found something she likes.
It's good to good to know.
Now, have you tasted the milk? Don't eat too much. Just take a small sip of your milk.
See, milk is similar to cheese in that cheese is made from milk, but they do not have anywhere near the same texture.
Okay. I'll slosh it around, and then I'll just take a sip. Mmm. Creamy.
Does have good fats in
Delicious.
it.
So does fish.
That's true, it does.
This is cow fat.
Cow. A cow. I think I've seen one of those in one of my books. Black and white, right?
They can
Yeah.
be, yes.
Yeah, they come in varies of different. Yeah.
All right.
Just gonna go with yeah.
So I'll take a hunk of the bread, put it down for the Mr. Pensworth. Sir Pensworth. Almost called him doctor. And then I'll just start inhaling, drinking food, alternating between the two until I'm stuffed and just sit back, hands on the belly, and just close my eyes.
Now, was this meal before the rest or after?
After we said for expediency, you guys already took your rest and we're sitting down, having met a couple hours later.
All right, cool. All right, you guys, are you guys ready to go and do this mission?
Oh, we're going
We gotta-
now.
Did
Yeah, I
you want
figured.
to wait?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Guess if there's any time to go, we might as well go now.
Or I had a thought. Should we get more information from Edwin about his parents, or I don't want to go in blind, not knowing much. I don't know.
Good
That
point.
could be a good idea. Plus, I do miss the little booger.
Yeah, I feel like we should see him one last time and tell him what we're doing.
I don't think we should tell him what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't want to get his hopes up.
That's true. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. If we manage to find his parents, great. But if we don't, it would be devastating for the boy to believe that we're going to find them.
Yeah.
Well.
And if we're
Let's
going
not
and
tell him and
asking... We do know what they look like. We did see those paintings in their house.
Yeah,
enough.
that's true. I just didn't know if we needed more information or if that
I
was
mean,
enough.
he's a boy. What more information are we going to get from him?
If his dad has a loud voice, if his mom likes to sing, stuff like that.
I'm sure
Yeah.
those would be good things to know, but I'm not sure it would very much help us in this endeavor.
Okay, you lead the way. I'll just lay back and close my eyes and content of my food.
Oh, that's the thing. I don't know how to approach this. Do we go simply out of the walls in search, or is there somewhere specific? Well, we were told that they were trying to go to the mountains, and Renko normally does. He's a miner, but the last time they went, Nina went with him because she was begging to go for some reason. But they've been gone for weeks now, and so I don't know if there's somewhere specific in the mountains that we're supposed to be looking for, or...
Is there
So
anybody?
roll a history check. Flood and Cyrus. Cyrus, you can do so with advantage.
12.
4.
Okay, Cyrus, you know that there's pretty much one main road leaving Tanjo heading to the west. It's known as the Arrow, and there are some smaller arteries that break off of it, but all of them lead to little farms along the way until it reaches the mountains, and there is one main entrance. The road stops. It goes like right into the mouth of the Sakoshi Mountains, and then from there, tunnels branch off, and you there's some rough signage, but you kind of got to know where you want to go from there. Flood, even with your 4, having lived on the other side of the mountains with the other shifter tribes, you know that the arrow stops there. And if you or your people wanted to come to Tanjo, you would essentially freeball it down one of the sides, up or down, of the mountains until you reached the arrow. You guys didn't really have any roads in the forest. So if they were heading to the mountains, they would have just stayed on the road until they reached the mountains and then gone into one of those tunneled branches, more than likely.
I just had a crazy idea. So, Nina was a jeweler, right?
Yes.
Why don't we go to one of the jewelry shops in town and see if she worked there? Because then we can figure out what kind of jewels they sold and see if one part of the mountain has diamonds, sapphires, emeralds. I start listing off all these different types of gemstones. Because maybe that'll point us in the direction of what part of the mountain we need to go to.
Yeah, there's bound to be clues. Oh, I hope there's clues.
Not a
Cyrus,
bad
do you know of
idea.
any jewelers in town?
I'm sure I do.
You do. You know that there's only a couple shops in Tanjo that are big enough to have their own stores. Most of them are kind of in the middle, just to the left of the pond, the bakery, the armory, the really popular places that every town needs. The jewelry shop, there's not like a store, but there are several people who peddle their own wares in the people's market, and it's highly likely that that's where she would have had a stall, more than likely.
Yeah. Well, we can always go to the people's market. There are jewelers there that have stands open that we can go and ask questions from. And I'm sure they know her because small town.
Small town.
Well, if anybody has any other ideas, that might be our best starting spot.
I definitely don't have any. I think we should, like you said, we should head to the marketplace and maybe get some additional information.
Might be helpful. Maybe one of them knew what she was going for. Maybe she heard news of a new shaft opening up and wanted to go, or I don't know.
Maybe I can find some jewelry.
Ooh, that sounds
Possibly,
nice.
yes.
I just hold up my little coin purse. Maybe. And just put it.
Well, we'll find out. Shall we?
Let's.
Onward.
March.
You guys make your way out of Filler Up, having already paid, and begin following Cyrus around the corner and through several small back alleys towards the People's Market. All of you, please make a perception check at disadvantage. And Richard, this is your reminder that I believe you are the party mover on the map.
I rolled a 7.
Wiggity what?
Yeah.
I rolled a 5. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong thing.
Brian,
Oh,
you look
sorry.
like you had a really good roll.
I had a 17 and a 4.
You said perception, right?
Yeah.
16.
Perception at disadvantage.
Okay, 16.
Nice. Imiko.
I got a 7.
7, that's right. And I'm sorry, Richard, I forgot yours already.
16.
16. Okay. So Flood and Nama, you guys hear very faintly to the south as you exit some yelling, and it sounds like more people than usual. It sounds like something's going on in the southern direction of the city. Cyrus and Umiko, you guys are maybe too preoccupied with this jewelry mission to notice, but you guys notice that.
You guys hear that? Something's going on.
I hear it. Like,
Well, there are jades at the what?
There's
Yo.
some kind of commotion going on.
y'all
Maybe we
hear
should go
that?
check it out.
Like, I think it's like a fight or something.
Having it pointed out, you both hear it too. It every once in a while, very far off in the distance to the south, probably still in town, you hear a yell or a shout. And looking around, it looks like there are several people quickly walking that direction. Many of them guards of the few that are left in the city.
Well, yeah. Shall we go check it out? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
I say let's go check it out.
Yeah. The guards
I'll
aren't
be last.
usually this active.
I'll be last.
I'll be right after Cyrus, but which way are we heading now? I forgot.
South.
So it just sounds like it's to the south, in general, on the other side of the pond, but you don't see anything yet. And as you guys make your way over there, the sounds become more distinct. It sounds like somebody shouting orders. It looks like there's just a general bustle in the direction of the southern gate, even from your current position across the pond.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well, one way to find out.
Yeah, let's go check it out. I'm not sure what's going on down there. It seems that something's coming from over on the southern gate.
And you guys will slowly make your way there. Upon reaching sight of the gate, you see several carts full of what looks like weapons and supplies. mostly full of guards, but what might be mercenaries as well. Cyrus, several that you don't recognize as city watch or guards, but that have weapons and armor and look like they can handle themselves. In a couple of the carts, there are 3 of them, and it looks like they're preparing to leave. And your father actually is shouting orders from atop. There's kind of like a raised, a couple foot tall wooden platform next to the gate that might be used for monitoring people coming and going normally, but right now has your father and Zercasta both on top of it. Your father shouting orders, people running around, and it looks like the first cart is just starting to roll through the gate and the other 2 close behind it.
Interesting. Something must be going on. Well,
Maybe we should see if we can maybe tag along with them.
they need help, yes. Maybe they found something.
Sure. Yeah, it looked like they're loading up for something.
Well,
Isn't that your dad? Shouldn't you ask him what's going on?
yes, you're right, and I definitely should. I will get closer, and then... Father!
Iman will turn to you very quickly, seemingly startled by your voice, recognize you after a moment. Yes, how can I help you, son? Kind of in a hurry right now.
I can see that. What's going on?
He'll turn and shout over towards one of the carriages. If you're all good to go, go ahead, get started. Don't fall behind. Turning back to you, we're sending out the majority of the rest of our troops. It seems the guards we had sent off towards the mountains sent one person back to request reinforcements. Apparently, the goblins have become much more active, and we need help keeping them back. So we are sending all we can.
Okay, then. Um... Makes sense, I suppose. Well, do you need us?
That's a great question. I mean, there are several things you could help with, but I know none of you are trained guards, and to rely on you is one thing, but to rely on all of your friends, whom I'm certain are, and he'll gesture towards the 3 of you, very capable and trustworthy people being in your company, but I'm hesitant to put official matters in their hands. But if everyone is willing, there are several things that could be done, but that's up to you. And he'll turn and shout towards the 3rd cart. Okay, go ahead. Get moving. And the 3rd cart will slowly start to get up to speed and head through the gate.
Well, I'll turn around to the group. Well, what do you think?
Let's just go. Clearly, he's not really concerned about, like, he doesn't know us, so I don't
think we should
necessarily.
go to the jeweler.
Well, I think
Okay.
if we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, we might as well, yes?
I don't think
Yeah.
we need permission.
So will this lead us to where we need to find information for Edwin?
I don't know. But if it's in the same area, we might find information one way or the other.
Okay. Like you said, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Sure. Father, I'll be back.
All right. Okay.
And
And
then
he'll turn to Zercasta, and they'll begin talking amongst themselves.
I think you're right. I think we should go get some information from the jewelers and then maybe head that way.
All right.
That's what the 2 birds and 1 stone meant?
Yes. Yes. It's an idiom. It means tackling 2 objectives simultaneously.
Oh no, I know that. I just thought we were going with your dad. That's all. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I meant.
oh.
But it's okay.
Well,
It's all right.
we can
We
help
can.
him.
No.
I just don't think that we necessarily need to go with this group.
Gotcha. All right. All right. All right.
And so, if we're
Ooh,
going to that area and we can get information on Edwin's parents, then we should ready ourselves as best we can, yes?
Absolutely.
yeah.
We should
You're right.
do
I guess
what
yeah.
we want.
What we want, I'm not sure about that.
I think she's a little milk drunk.
I think I think you're right.
I don't know.
That happens to people.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. You've never seen a baby?
At this point, you'll see, probably only for you, Cyrus, the familiar and formal-looking face of Lord Banzo, approaching your father and Circasta, escorted by what normally would be 2 guards, but right now just one very young-looking and nervous guard. He walks by you briskly and joins Zercasta and your father on the platform, discussing and pointing towards the docks.
Hmm. Interesting that Lord Banzo would come out with this, but something must be up. Well, I mean, obviously, if our gods are requesting aid.
Then we should follow the breadcrumbs and go where we need to.
Coming from a
Right.
woman who just had bread for the first time, that's actually very insightful.
Well, it crumples everywhere, and you need to pick them up to find the way.
Yeah, I suppose you are correct. All right.
That's
Let's
how-
find the
Good
bread.
thinking.
That's how that phrase got started.
Canon.
It's right here,
Canon.
right here, right now.
All right. Well, I suppose we should head back to the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys turn around, leaving the 3 most powerful people in Tanjo behind you, and make your way back around the pond and towards the People's Market, which is, there are people there, there are stalls open, but it's winding down, getting close to evening. Some places are already closing up, and the sun is beginning to set. What you looking for? What you doing?
I suppose we'll approach one of the jeweler's stalls.
Cool. You make your way towards, there's a small flag hanging outside of a small stall, and it has, it looks like a ring drawn on it, which you would identify as a jeweler's shop, and you approach, it looks like, there is a female half-orc, just beginning to close down, but still has some stuff out and some. Looks like she's still open, but closing up.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just had a quick question for you. Did you happen to know Nina Flock?
Yeah, I think so. She's also a jeweler.
Yes. She and her husband have been missing for a few weeks now, from what I understand.
She'll point towards an empty space across the street from her. Yeah, normally she would have been set up right there. Haven't seen her in a couple weeks.
Makes sense. Makes sense. When was the last time you saw her?
Couple weeks.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fair.
Iris, let me do this, and I'm gonna push by and say, Miss, what kind of jewels do you have for sale today?
Oh,
Picking up a small bag that it looks like she was tossing most of her jewelry into. She will open it, and you see mostly silver and copper-looking bands, rings, and some necklaces, most of which seem to have shells, and you see one that looks like it's got a chunk of amber in it. And she says, I mostly make natural-looking things. I'm not one for stones. They're hard to work with.
These are beautiful. Where do you get your metals and stuff from?
The mountains to the west.
Yeah, I've heard that's where you get them, but do you get them from a specific person, or do you know what part of the mountains they come from?
Closing the bag and throwing it over her chest, you'll see, over her back, you'll see her bicep bulge. No, I just go get them myself. You go in the mountains, pick a path, find a wall, and start digging. Eventually, you'll find something.
Would there have been anybody who maybe didn't like them that you've seen around?
Anyone who didn't like my jewelry?
No,
Oh, the flocks?
the fox. Thank you.
No one comes to mind.
No arguments or anything you've seen?
Nope.
Hmm.
Do you have any shell earrings?
She'll open up her bag and dig around for several minutes and pull out what looks like two shell rings, different rings, and she'll grab them with her fingers and pull one apart. Here's one. She'll grab the second one and do the same and pull the ring apart, making a second for you.
Oh wow. How much are these?
4 gold for both.
For both? Okay. What
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
what was that? No, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna ask. You know, I want you. You can finish making your deal. Finish buying the earrings first.
Oh. Is there anything special about these earrings? Or are they just earrings?
Well, they were crafted by the finest orc craftsmen this side of the moat, and they're one of a kind.
Perfect. I'll take them. And so I'll grab them from her and just put them on. I already have multiple piercings. So I'll add them to my collection. Put them on my ears.
Super. You will see a quick and tusky smile, which quickly fades, and
What
she
was your name, by the way?
closes the bag. Urgrosham.
Erg Roche. Okay. Nice to meet you. And
You as well.
Go, Sham. What did Mrs. Flock sell here?
Mostly jewelry.
She sold as well.
Mostly.
I
Was
think
there
rings, necklaces, earrings, the occasional centerpiece, if she or her husband found something particularly large.
All right. We aim to search for them as you know, as we said, they've been missing. So, um, any leads would definitely be helpful. But since she's a jeweler like you, chances are she may have went into the mountains uh, for some more materials, and something may have happened to her.
do you have any rivals?
Not really. Everyone here is pretty friendly. I don't know that anyone here would say they have rivals. If you're not looking for what I have to offer, you might find it somewhere else, and I think everyone just does their thing.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I'm going to turn around and look to see if there are any other jewelers around.
It looks like at this point, pretty much all the shops in the People's Market are closed. The sun has now set, and you are only looking through the few torches that are illuminated throughout the streets.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's getting pretty late. Did you guys want to start going tonight or wait till the morning to leave?
Well, if things are closing up, it might be best to wait till the morning. If it's getting late.
Yeah, I'm a bit tapped on my spells too.
Yeah.
Plus, this gives us time to rest and recuperate and go when there's light out as opposed to in darkness. We have a higher chance of being ambushed by goblins, which are becoming more prevalent apparently.
This is very true.
Fucking goblins.
Well,
And as you guys are having this discussion, you hear the bells and calls from the pond of what sounds like a ship being ready to leave.
hmm. Well, they're off. Shall we go back to the tavern and
Go to
get
bed?
our rest?
Yeah, we should prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Let's go plan and drink.
I'll never say no to that.
Yeah. I start
What are you?
skipping, letting my new earrings dangle.
I think she's gonna go get more milk. I'm gonna lean over to Flood and whisper that.
Yeah, probably. Let her enjoy herself, though.
Oh yeah.
It's all new for her.
Oh, it's not just for her either. Everything is new for. Well, I feel like everybody
Yeah,
finds
you're not from
something
here
new.
either, huh?
No, no, I'm not from
Right.
here.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, you guys should probably try to enjoy yourselves, I guess, at least a little bit while you're here.
I think this is fun. Would have been nice to share with my friend though, but I don't know where she went to. It's like she vanished off the face of the earth. I don't know. Just poof in the thin air. I went to sleep and woke up. She was gone. Don't
But you know
know
what she was
how.
coming for?
She was trying to find something out about her dad, but it's just really confusing because we were on the same boat.
Make a history check, Keisha, for Anama and what you've learned from your conversations with Halax on the boat.
12.
Uh, so you recall that she was talking a lot about wanting to find information about someone that was watching her. You guys traveled through a lot of the northern main continent, north of Sakoshi, looking for information, talking with some people, finding none, traveling to what you'd heard was a library in Sakoshi that might have some information, and that's where you guys were heading when she disappeared. You don't recall specifics about who or what or why was watching her, but you do recall that watcher being described as something and not someone.
It's just very weird that she just poof off of the face of the earth like that. I don't know. I think she's okay though.
Maybe she
She
got
can
a
handle
lead.
herself. Yeah. Man, I'm ready to go drink. You ready to drink? I'm ready to drink. It's been, I don't know though. All I had was a salad. Ooh, some good mushrooms sound so good right now.
Well, let's head back to the tavern.
Do you like mushrooms? I've had mushroom and rice with all kinds of different vegetables. They're so good. I know you like your meat, but little vegetables won't hurt.
I guess, but I don't really make it a habit. I stick to more, I guess, protein-rich diets.
That's cool. That's cool. Just gotta throw something in there every once in a while for fiber habits.
Mm.
Got anything you want to share, Nicolette?
No, Umiko is just giggling to herself and skipping, milk drunk.
So you guys are heading back. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Great.
Drink a little bit.
Osiris, are you with them still, or are you heading your own way?
I am lost in my thoughts following them. I'm probably going to enter the tavern with them, but I'm still like contemplating.
As you reach the tavern, it's a little bit eerily quiet, and you notice one of the double swinging doors that is the entrance to Filler Up is dangling by a single hinge, and the normal candlelight that would illuminate the inside warmly is dark, and the inside seems unwelcoming and quiet.
Something's not right here, guys.
It's not a good sign.
I'm
Be
gonna
prepared.
get back.
I'm gonna pull out my one of my weapons down to my side.
I just start moving toward the door.
You push open the remaining door, and are greeted by darkness. Do you have dark vision?
Let me double check. I don't believe I do. Actually, I do. Yes, I do have dark vision.
Great. Although it seems mostly grayscaled and colors are hard to pick up, you can tell immediately from pushing into the room that this place has been turned upside down. The tables are all over the place. Many of the chairs are broken. Some look smashed against the walls. There's a huge smashed chunk in the center of the bar. Both double doors to the kitchen are torn off and laying on the floor. You see the bodies of several patrons, blood strewn about the room, laying on the floor, and the familiar body of Sammy, crushed and lifeless, laying on the bar.
We'll immediately rush over to the body of Sammy. And,
Make a medicine check.
all right. Give me a minute here. Let's see. Damn it, it's a 10.
She dead.
No.
Shit.
I'm gonna start looking at the patrons on the ground, seeing if I can help.
Make a perception check, please. And anyone who does not have dark vision, you will need to light something to see.
I got a nat 1.
Uh,
The cleric.
with a natural 1, you still see 3 patrons, 2 up against one of the walls. It looks like crushed, and a third laying face down in the center of the room. All of them have what looks like some form of traveling cloak, which is pretty normal for traveling attire, and their immediate races and personas are hard to tell for you at this time in the darkness. You don't recognize any of them.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
tell if
light a
they've been
torch.
crushed? Have they been crushed by rock? Have they been crushed by something above?
It looks like they've been crushed by some huge friggin' guy. You're not sure with a 1. You have something crushed them. That's what you got.
Okay, can I take a better look?
Sure. Are you specifically looking to see what killed them?
Yeah, so I guess, like, whether it's, like, blunt force trauma, or whether there's some kind of slashing being done here, or...
Yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check.
I would like to start calling out for Gronk and Lindell and hop over the bar and see if I can make it into the back.
Okay.
And that's a 17 for me.
It looks to you like the two against the wall were probably thrown and crushed into the wall, but it looks like possibly their lungs were collapsed, their ribs shattered, most of their upper body is completely pulverized, and there is indentations in the wall where the siding is cracked down the center and shattered where it looks like they collided. The one on the floor in a similar state, and you see looking up that there is a similar mark on the ceiling above them. And you do think all three of them are dead. Blood, jumping over the back and heading through, you're immediately greeted by a myriad of pots and pans, food everywhere. You kick some over as you head through, and all of you hear the loud clattering of Flood heading through the kitchen. You don't see any signs of Lindell or Gronk. Usually Sammy and Lindell would take opposite shifts, so it's probable if Sammy was here, Lindell would not have been. And depending on the night, Gronk often would not be here either, but sometimes he would be.
All right.
Is there an upstairs?
Is there what?
An upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna head upstairs while he's about to say what he's about to say.
I know Sammy works nights, so whatever happened, this must have happened after we left and after Lindell left for the day, since he's not here, but I don't know what the hell could have done this.
Neither do I. These are not skulks. They're more forceful. Or if they are, they're goblins? I doubt it.
No, definitely not. This isn't. Goblins don't do this kind of stuff, crushing people.
This is like strength of an ogre or something.
Heading up the stairs while this conversation is happening, Nama, you see several of the banisters torn off or dangling by the threads of or fibers of the wood that kept them together. And looking to your left, because the rooms wrap around a balcony along most of the building, it looks like every door was smashed or bashed in, leading to one door about 8 doors in, which is the last one smashed open, and no other doors along that path have been touched.
And I'm gonna shout out, is somebody up here?
And
Hello?
that was your 17 perception check?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll one more time. I'm gonna give you advantage for this one, just in case you get higher than a 17.
Yep.
Boom. You see a shape dash into the room as you head up the stairs. There is a black hooded figure that you just barely catch a glimpse of dipping into the room, and it turns to look at you, and you see a faint glint, but don't see much else.
I'm gonna chase him.
Great. What are the three of you doing downstairs?
Would I hear the lumbering footsteps as she takes off running?
I was about to
you
say we
would've-
heard her yell, right?
You would have all heard her yell, and you would have heard her walking up the stairs. And right about now, you would hear I'm going to say, intense thumping of her sprinting across the balcony above you.
And
Then
we'll,
going up.
yeah, on hearing that, I'll go up too.
I'll be
Wait.
last.
The three of you head up the stairs behind Nama. Nama, you burst into the room quick enough to see through an open window the shadowy figure disappear.
Hmm. Can I cast infestation to see if I can get some bugs on him?
Sure. Go ahead and roll to hit with disadvantage.
Well, it is a ranged spell.
Oh, I gotta roll a save. It looks like a DC 13 Constitution save. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
save.
Awesome.
And you try to cast your spell, sending some bugs flying out from your hand at the window as they dive through, and the bugs splash out of the window, but you're not sure if they made contact. And as you run towards the window, which is pretty small compared to your size, you see a figure running out towards the northern gate, which is currently open, and you see no guards there currently.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna run back out. I don't know if I've met them at the doorway or not. He's going out the back.
I will pivot
So,
and run.
as you guys make it to the top of the stairs, Nama turns around and runs directly back towards you, screaming, "He went out the back!"
I will try to either
Looking up.
run back down the stairs or just leap from the railing. I don't know how high up we are.
It's probably 20 feet.
Shit. Well, then, yeah, I'm going to run back down these stairs a bit. To try to chase after whoever was here.
Fantastic. The rest of you heading down the stairs towards the door?
Yeah.
Sweet. You guys make it outside, and you hear a loud, thunderous crack. And as you do so, you look up and see what looks like a large orange portal beginning to form in the sky above the town.
Ooh, that's not good, guys. That
What
does
is that?
not look good.
Do we get out of the way?
I
You
don't
see
think
this,
there's
right?
anything to get out of the way from. There's just a. Cyrus, what? Do you know anything about this?
Not a damn clue.
Shit.
Quickly looking to your right, you see the figure disappearing through the gate and out of your dark vision into the darkness.
Okay, and I'll just try to. I'll take off after the figure.
After looking up at the sky and I see him take off, I'm gonna take off after him.
Everybody?
Yep, doing the same.
Same. Fantastic. The portal in the sky behind you, every once in a while you look over the back of your shoulder, appears to continue to expand. Yellow and orange bolts of lightning crackling in between its edges as they grow in size. And you begin to see what looks like tiny bugs flying out of the portal. Tiny black dots. It looks very similar, Nama, to the bugs you just released from your hand. But knowing the distance that it is from you, you suspect they're probably much bigger. And continuing on your pursuit, you guys are just sprinting out the gate?
Yeah. You're muted.
Yes, I'm sprinting out of the gate.
Cool. You see a figure to the right, about, I'm assuming you're just in the front. You see a figure to the right near the shoreline, kneeling down, and as she does so, A smaller but similar looking orange portal slowly opens. She turns, looking at you as you get closer to her, and you see a silver mask underneath a black cloak. She quickly turns away and dives through the portal, disappearing from sight, and it slowly begins to shrink.
I'll hold. I'll pretty much just stop and turn. Everyone is like, she went through that portal there. I'm not sure who it was, but they're wearing some kind of silver mask. But I don't know. Fuck. No, I'll just kind of look back to the town and stare at the portal. The black thing is coming out.
Everybody else arriving at Flood's location, you see the portal shrinking. It was about the size of it was 4x8 sheet of plywood, so 4x8, and it is shrinking slowly as it's beginning to collapse upon itself and disappear. But it does still look stable. You think you have probably several seconds if you wished to go in.
I think we should do it. Let's go. I think we should go. I think we should go. I don't know,
It's now or never.
but I think we should go.
I'll dive in.
As you do so, you turn around behind you and see from the portal above Tanjo, now it looks like the tip of something large and pointy beginning to emerge from the orange portal. You guys jumping in?
Yeah, I'm jumping
Yeah.
into the portal. I'm gonna grab Umiko and
Ah!
Just
jump
snatch her.
in.
Great. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you jump through the portal as it collapses, and you feel the feeling of pins and needles when your arm falls asleep, but all over, inside you, in your lungs, in your throat, in your eyes, and you try to scream in pain briefly, but nothing comes out. You feel suffocated, you feel stretched, you feel pulled into maybe a tiny space no bigger than a marble, and then in an instant it's over, and you're standing again next to each other, and we will take a break there.
All right.
All right. I was like, we all just died.
Yep.
I
Yippee-ki-yay.
know, right? Like we just
Everybody
jumped through the portal,
dies.
just died.
No. We will take, let's say, a 10-minute break. We can be back at 7:37
Sure.
and pick
Cool.
up from there.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. See you in a bit.
Damn, we didn't rest. Yep.
All right, we're back.
We are back. So, long story short, you jumped into a portal. You don't know where it goes, but you're following someone. And you pop out on the other side. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Thought we were all dead.
You see immediately popping out from your portal a blinding light, and it takes your eyes several seconds to adjust. As your eyes adjust, you can tell that it is sunlight, and having been in intense darkness moments before, um, it does take you a minute. And gazing around, your eyes adjusting, you see yourselves in a it looks like shit. What's the word? You're on top of a hill.
Oh.
You're on top of a hill.
Okay.
Looking all around you, you see nothing but water. And the hill below you seems to extend for maybe 100, 200 feet on either side before dissipating into the water below you. No trees, no structures, just water all around you on your small hill-like island. You look around for your comrades, and each of you is alone.
So each of us are on a hill surrounded by water.
You all see the same thing, but you don't see each other.
Including me and Umiko, even though I grabbed her.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cyrus.
Umiko!
Lord!
All of you,
Umiko!
all of you shout for each other. None of you hear anything.
Cyrus!
Okay, I'm gonna jump in the water.
So it's you'll have to run down the hill to get to the
Oh.
water, but you can do so if you wish.
Yeah, well, at first I just want to stick my toe in and see how cold it is.
Great. We're gonna come back to you because it will take you a moment to get down there. But the rest of you,
I will pull the flask from my side and take a deep swig of the fine alcohol that was in there. Fine-ish alcohol.
hey,
And then start heading down the hill.
Cyrus is
Toward
going
the
to
water.
very tentatively go towards the water.
I'm gonna pull out my drum and start playing it and get down to the bottom down of the we head down.
playing and walking.
Yep.
Great.
Just so that
Umiko
way
pulling it.
hopefully somebody hears it. So that's why I'm playing it.
Umiko, as you reach the water, first, you dip your toe in. It feels warm and pleasant. It's been a while since you've thought about diving into the water. Probably a couple days at least. It's seems like some nice water.
Okay, well, I will just go ahead and dive on in, clothes and all.
Fantastic. You do so, and as you dive into the water, looking underneath it, you see what looks like It looks like the island that you came from. It doesn't continue out under the water. Looking back and underneath, it seems to just be floating on the surface. You can actually see all the way underneath it. And looking straight down, the water seems to go on and on and on, deeper and darker and out of your sight.
Do I see any fish or any creatures?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. Uh, you. I don't want to fuck this up. Sorry, give me a second. You see a tentacle.
How big?
Uh, very large and very far off, just on the edge of your vision.
Okay, so not close. Okay.
The other three of you, you've reached the water, each of you, one of you drinking, one of you walking, and the other one playing the drums.
As I'm walking, I'm keeping an eye out for the figure that I followed through the portal. Um, since I don't see my companions, I'm not hopeful that I'll see them, but I am keeping an eye out for footprints or anything like that. Any signs of anything?
Make a perception check.
Yipper, coming up. Perception. 14.
Other than the island you're on, the soft grass you've been walking on, which feels almost perfect to you, um, probably 3 to 4 inches thick, lush, soft. It seems natural, but as far as natural grass goes, this is ideal from your people's standpoint.
There's sun in the sky. Well, I know it was bright when we got here, but
Yeah, there is. It's directly overhead, and
okay.
beating down upon you. And looking around you with your check, you see no signs of anything on the horizon yet. Um, Nama and Cyrus, what are you doing?
I'm just playing the drums, and I am now sitting at the foot of the hill, I guess, in the grass, just playing the drums,
Playing the
screaming out
drums.
there, just screaming out names. Let's see who gets here first.
Oh, what about you, Cyrus?
Um, First thing I'm going to do is test the water, see how it feels to me.
It feels warm and pleasant.
Okay. And then from there, I'm actually going to pull out my dagger and cut a little bit of the dirt and see if it seems natural.
It does, but as you poke your hand into the dirt, kind of at the shoreline, right where the water meets the shore, you notice that the water doesn't appear to be ebbing at all like a normal tide might. There's no waves. It's unnaturally still. And as you place your finger into the sand, it actually goes through and you feel the water underneath. And as you pull your finger out, the sand sort of congeals back. But it feels like natural sand, but this circumstance is very unnatural.
Okay.
Hmm.
Umiko, are you just chilling? Are you swimming in a direction?
I
What
was
are
gonna
you?
swim a little bit under the island to see if I can see underneath and see what that looks like.
Okay. You swim underneath the island, and you see what looks like almost burned, almost like it was burned onto the underside of the earth. It looks like blackened and charred markings or pictographs, but they're very large, and it's hard to tell what they are from how close you currently are to them.
Okay. Can I get far enough back so I can see what they are?
Yeah, you want to swim deeper into the water?
Can I swim like 20 to 30 feet and get a good distance?
It will help.
Sure.
The other three of you doing anything different or just chilling?
Start walking around the
Oh,
edge. I don't want to get in the water. I'm not a fan of water like that. So I'm just gonna start walking around the edge of the water. I mean the edge of the foot of the hill that I'm on.
not much I can do. We didn't rest.
Yeah. I'm.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah. Cyrus is basically just going to do a produce flame and hold it near the fire, or near the water, to see if it evaporates like normal.
It
Talking about.
does. It seems like it behaves as water normally would, and as you do so, um, like a like a tuft of steam comes up and it moistens your face like you think water should. It seems it seems like water. Um, Richard Flood takes another swig of his booze, and you notice as you do so, it doesn't seem to be any emptier than it was the last time you took a swig.
I will like on noticing that I will immediately stop, sit on the hill, and tilt it back into my face. Like start swigging away.
Great. Make a Constitution save, please.
With a 7.
Great. You guzzle and guzzle and guzzle and swallow, and it doesn't stop. It keeps pouring out of the bottle and into your mouth, and you very quickly reach a point where you close your mouth and stop pouring the alcohol into your mouth, and you've reached a state of inebriation.
I will just lay back on the hill, like it is a fine day, and think about uh, the person who this likely came from. Like that. Oh, I gotta find that guy.
And as you lay back, looking up at the sun, perfectly placed in the center of the sky above you, it seems to spin.
I'm not sure if this is the booze or this place, but that looks kind of cool. I think.
Cyrus and Nama, what about you guys?
I am about done playing the drums, and I just lay back on the grass and kind of go to sleep.
As you do so, the grass seems to almost embrace you. It feels warm, the sun beating down upon you, and you feel comfortable, almost like the earth itself is holding you. Cyrus, what about you?
I'm gonna take a look up at the sun. So you say it's like directly above, like perfectly ahead.
Yeah.
Um, Squinting through. I guess, can I make a perception check to see if I see anything like odd about it? Like would it like different than what we normally see, or
Sure, go ahead and roll perception.
that's a 10.
Great. Y you think not the how do I describe this? It seems too perfect. Normally, looking at the sun, even to your normal human eye, if you squinted, you could kind of see some like it kind of it looks like a perfect circle drawn in the sky, and there's the light coming from it seems unchanging and perfect as well, and uh, you're not exactly sure why, but it just seems too perfect. Umiko, from about 20 feet away, you begin to see what looks like um, ancient runes or text burned underneath the island. What languages do you speak?
Common, draconic, and primordial.
Um, it looks like primordial runes and text. Um, and you think its meaning is. Hang on. I'm sending it to you in a message.
Ew.
Primordial as a language is, in general, there's not a lot of words. It's mostly concept that connect to each other. So it's gonna be kind of blocky when you get it.
Okay.
Lockheed Martin.
Sorry for the wait, guys.
You're good.
It's all good.
Gosh,
Forever.
why? Taking so long. Oh my gosh.
There are 3 runes,
Ew.
Okay.
and I need you to make a perception check, Umiko.
Yeah. 15.
Great. Not forgetting that there was a giant tentacle deep in the water behind you, you turn to look and see that it is slowly getting closer to you.
How far away is it at this point?
Probably still 100, maybe 150 feet below you.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly start swimming back to the island.
Okay. Uh, Nama,
Yo.
in your slumber, you see trees all around you. You see above you uh, more trees, but you see the canopy above you, almost like you are upside down, or there is another canopy upside down above you, and you are in this small hole surrounded by trees above you, to your left, to your right, and it feels comforting. Trees just everywhere, and as you look around, you see no movement, just peace and trees.
Oh, I am just snoring away.
Cyrus.
Cyrus is definitely off put by how perfect everything is, and he's going to take his dagger out and continue to tear away at the dirt, to see if he can find anything underneath it.
Great. Tearing away at the dirt and it trying to reform underneath your knife, you begin to slowly make some progress. You think you see a shape moving under the water, but very faintly and deep underneath you. Umiko, as you swim up, the tentacle now begins to gain on you, moving faster and faster and chasing you as you get 20, 10, 5 feet and make it to the surface. Looking down behind you and crawling back onto the land, you see now it's about 25 feet below you and moving towards you very fast. It emerges from the water And you see on the tip of this tentacle a large eye, and it turns, looks at you, and you feel as though the eye is gazing through you. The tentacle takes a moment looking at you and then quickly wraps around your body, and you go limp, and everything goes black. Cyrus, this shape gets closer and closer and closer to you. It seems to be picking up speed.
I'm producing a flame and preparing myself with my dagger as well in case something happens.
A similar, possibly the same, tentacle will erupt from the water, a single eye at the tip looking down upon you, and you feel it stare through you, seeing almost into your soul. It speaks no words, just gazes through you, and you feel seen. It wraps around you quickly as you unleash your flame, striking with your dagger but making no contact, and you also go black and cold. Nama, from the trees around you, you begin to feel a rumble, and you see, looking to your left, slithering through the trees, a large tentacle moving all around you. The same eye appears above you, looking at you, seeing through you, and as it wraps around you laying on the grass, you also go cold. Flood,
Yep.
how's that booze treating you?
Um, I am, I would say, coming to, or do we need to make another con saving throw?
You're definitely still having the spins.
Okay.
And as you do so, you don't see anything. You just feel a piercing presence. Then you feel a wet grasp around you, and you lose consciousness. In this strange state of blackness, all four of you feel and see uh, pierced by some presence, and it prods your mind. Um, Saying in a very deep and guttural tone, but not in your ears, just in your mind, "What do you need?"
I'm gonna start giggling. Uh, I'm 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 trying to find my friends and this guy who just attacked our tavern we go to. It's like a shadow figure.
The other three of you,
Knowledge.
Redemption.
Figuring out who I am.
uh, Nama, you will hear a single word echoed in your mind. Friends. Cyrus, you hear the word knowledge. Blood. Redemption. Umiko. The three of you feel once again prodded in your mind, not in a intrusive way, but in a curious way. None of you feel forced. Your mind feels alike to a string that a cat is, and you hear, "I help you."
Sadly, I didn't catch all that.
uh, in that voice, can I help you?
Ah,
Um, can we get out of this illusion and just talk?
can you?
What are you?
Can I see what you look like?
Okie dokie. All of you will hear each other's responses this time, becoming aware of your presence in each other's minds. You don't hear the creature, the thing, again, but you don't feel like you can move. You can hear each other now, but you cannot see.
Guys?
Iris?
Yeah?
What?
Nama? Umiko?
Where are you guys at?
I wish
I
I could tell you.
I don't know.
I'm trapped in some kind of
I'm
weird
gonna hold my arms
space.
out. Everybody hold your arms out. Maybe we'll touch.
I
You don't feel like you can move your arms at all.
Like we're
You're
kind of
just,
paralyzed,
you're thinking
technically.
to each other is what it seems like.
Thinking
Are
don't.
you
about
guys,
touching.
are you in my head? That is so cool.
How'd you guys get here? Like,
We all
I
went
got.
through the portal, yes?
Yeah, I went through the portal and I ended up on like this weird island.
You
It
Yes.
too?
was really comfortable, but
Everything
The
was a bit
grass was so comfortable.
too
I
perfect.
actually went into the water and I swam underneath and I saw some weird runes underneath the island.
What did they say?
You did?
Yeah, it said self, desire, growth.
Okay.
Hmm.
So maybe we're supposed to grow from this opportunity of nothingness.
Okay. Figure out what it is we want?
Well, did the thing ask you what you desired?
you heard a thing too?
Yeah.
There was something talking to you guys as well?
Yeah, I heard that. And yeah, it did ask me what I needed.
What did
I
you
said that
say?
I wanted to find you guys.
That was easy.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
What did everyone else say?
I wanted knowledge. Information's always useful.
I wanted to make up for something that happened a long time ago. But
And
I don't know what this thing is.
yeah, and I am trying to figure out my journey, what I'm supposed to be doing exactly.
And where'd you say you saw those marks?
I swam underneath the island and it looked like they were burned underneath the island itself.
Wait, did you say under the island?
Yeah, I
Like,
swam in the water.
like, as in it was hollow or
Oh yeah.
like,
It didn't actually go down to the ocean floor. It looked like it was floating almost.
Yeah. I stuck my finger through the sand and immediately met the water, which was odd.
About this time, you begin to slowly feel like your body is pins and needles again. Um, like your whole body is asleep, much like you and I might feel a finger or an arm or a leg go to sleep, but everywhere. And the darkness around you slowly fades as you're having this conversation to show a domed stone ceiling above you.
Uh,
I will just like move my head to the left and the right. I'm assuming like I'm still laying down, or
Make a dexterity check.
sure. Huzzah! It's an 11.
You're able to do one of these, and you see to your right, Umiko, but you struggle to muster strength to move it back to look the other direction.
Gotcha. Hey,
guys,
Miko.
guys, Flood.
Your mouths begin to slowly work, and you hear each other mumbling,
Get away from me, monkey.
in your ear instead of your minds for the first time.
Get away from me, monkey.
Mm, yeah, yeah, uh,
And your speech slowly returns. Despite how much I want to make you guys do that all night. Your your fingers, your hands, your limbs slowly starting at the tips and working its way towards your center begin to feel normal, and you regain your ability to move. Turning to your left and your right, you see each other in a stone room, a doorway on one end and another on the other, intricate murals lining the walls, and in the center of the room, a single pillar with a red orb.
What are the murals of?
Make a perception check!
Can I do that too?
16.
See if I recognize.
Yeah, anyone who wants to make a perception check. And
Jordan.
all of you also make anyone who gets over a 10 on your perception check may also history or religion check, your choice.
Ooh.
So I got 11 perception
Ooh.
and a 6
You said history or religion, A.
15 perception, 2 religion.
That is
Boom.
a 16 perception, a 21 history.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
That is a
There we go.
19 perception and 5 history.
Oh wait, that was a nat 1 on the religion.
Oh, rip.
Umiko,
Hmm.
what did you get?
Oh, not
Huh.
great. I got 11 perception and 6. Yeah, 6 religion or history.
So all of you working together know that you're in a temple. It seems some sort of stone structure. It appears naturally made. Looking at it, you can see clear carve marks, signs of work and its construction. It seems man-made, but not necessarily by humans, but by civilized peoples like yourselves. Um, Thinking back to stories you may have heard, books you might have read, legends you have stumbled upon or been told, um, you know that there are rumors of temples all over Astaire dedicated to each of the gods, and each one of them is supposed to, rumor, story, legend tells, contain within it a great treasure. You're uncertain if this is what that is, but it is the only thing that seems anything like where you are. The murals on the walls around you depict 4 different things. One mural depicts what looks like a humanoid figure with spiky, like Goku-like hair, uh, very, very spiky on top of his head. Seems to be male in nature, and it depicts this humanoid figure in several stages. The first as a child, the second possibly older, and the third much, much older. And in each of these pictures, you see a key, and it grows larger in each of the tiles. The second mural depicts a humanoid with gills and fins. And this humanoid also depicted in 3 stages, the first underwater, the second on land, and the third back underwater. There are 3 locks, each one growing larger in each of these pictures. The third mural depicts what looks like a beast. In the first image, it appears as a dog. In the second, much larger but standing on 2 legs. And in the third, it appears almost like a werewolf, huge in size. Each of these images is joined with a growing. Sorry, I lost my place. Each one of these is a growing. Yeah. It's not the same thing growing. The first, an image of a single claw. The second, there are 3, and in the fifth, a very large 5 claw. You see a full skeletal hand with 5 claws. And in the last mural, you see a a beast walking on all 4s, huge, thick legs, large, floppy ears, and huge tusks sticking out from the front between its long and powerful-looking trunk. Much like the the beast pictures in the first, it is on all 4s. In the second, it walks on 2 legs. But this time, in the third photograph, this creature appears to be back on all 4s, but huge in size. In the first picture, there is a small sapling. In the second, a large tree. And in the third, a toppled tree laying on the ground. And as you look at these images, the orb in the center of the room begins to glow red.
Doesn't look like it's about to be a fun time, guys. But
That's not
I kind of
weird.
want to get closer to the orb and
As you
investigate
get
it.
closer, it seems to pulse slightly quicker.
Ooh.
Hey, Cyrus.
Yes?
I look at him kind of cutely. Looks like you're the key to my lock.
What do you mean?
See the pictures? Where I point? There you have it.
Yes.
The person. Well, if you look, it looks like probably depicting one of us, and the person with gills has a lock, and the person looks like you has a key. So maybe you are the key to unlocking something that I have.
Sure. This is a temple that stood for. I don't. Oh, yeah, we don't even know if it's real. I am. I pinch myself.
You feel pretty real.
Okay, that doesn't feel like a dream, at least.
I
But
can get Sir Earth, and he can give you a little pinch if you want.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
I
As
will put my hand up against the skeletal hand on the mural depicting the werewolf-like creature.
Uh, the the stone feels smooth to your touch. You can feel the carving marks that were made in creating it, and it feels cool. Um, not like that's neato, but like cold in temperature.
Right. It's kind of
Um,
chilly.
yeah,
I'll basically at that point turn and also walk toward the pillar with the red orb in the center of the room.
great.
And as he turns, you see me. Look like I want to touch it.
Wait, wait, wait. Don't touch anything. Not yet, at least.
Do you guys think we should check out the doors before? Because if we don't check out the doors, this might transport us back somewhere. The orb might.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that orb until we know what it might do. I feel like that's one of those.
It could very well be a trap.
Yeah,
Potion red bet.
I'm not entirely sure what those are, but I do know that if somebody says, don't pull that lever over there, all I'm going to think about is pulling that damn lever. I feel
Please.
big red orb is just begging us to touch it. So maybe we should hold off on doing that and check out the doors.
I think you're right.
Okay. I'm gonna turn away and start walking away, and then look at it. Turn back and look. I'm like, but I really
On
want to touch it.
No,
Okay.
I swear when we decide about touching it, you'll be the first one who can put your hand on it, but let's hold off on that for right now.
There was something about the pulse. I don't know. It just made me want to touch it.
Let's see if maybe there's a simpler way out.
Keisha, would you make a perception check as you're so fascinated with this pillar and orb in the center of the room?
16.
No.
You see what looks like it's very hard to see because of the dust but it looks like there's carvings of words around this altar, if you will.
Okie dokie. Can I tell what language it is in?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, and Loxodon.
Um, you cannot speak. You just know it's not those.
Hey,
What are you?
does anybody think they can tell what this says?
Sure.
I'll give it a go since I read the other stuff.
Sure.
I'll join her.
And
What languages do all of you speak?
common,
Common,
draconic, primordial.
common and Sylvan.
Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Primordial.
That's the one. This looks to you like ancient Elvish, which would tell you this dates back to probably and possibly the first era.
Yeah.
But you can read it. It's difficult because it's ancient. It comes across kind of cut up in chunks. But can you make me a investigation check to try to put this together? These phrases and words.
That's a 17.
Great. I am, because I like making you guys talk to each other, I'm gonna send this to you.
All right, sounds good.
Now you're just waiting for my copy paste.
Huzzah.
It is in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in chunks, and I will send them to you as they appear
Sure.
grouped. But the order that they're in is difficult for you to tell.
It's ancient Elvish, so Very, very old.
Elves?
Yes. You know.
Hmm.
Let's see.
This
Oh,
kind of elvish prophecy bull or something.
um, you're not wrong. It definitely comes across like it. Here, hold on. Let me see this first one. When united they come to the land of the sun, then the heart of a demon will rise. On the wings of death, by the hands of doom, by the darkest light from the darkest moon. Crossing silent seas, over mountains high, the demons come tonight. They will break the seal of this curse if they possibly can, for the freedom of every man. Strange. Okay.
Are they
We're all gonna
demons?
die here.
Good or bad? Because it.
I,
Don't do this to me again.
there's more. There's a lot more. On the black wind forever, they ride on together, destroying the evil with freedom by God. When their master will call them, he'll stand high before them, their hearts filled with splendor. Their swords will shine over the light. In the land of desire, their hearts filled with fire, they fight for the right to be free. Okay? And then this one over here.
Hmm?
Now here they stand with blood on their hands, proud and so glorious, standing before of us. Their swords will shine bright in the sky. Their steel will shine forever through the night and blinding rain. They have faced their fears, for no more is the time to rise again, the everlasting pain. Yeah, when I read these seem some kind of mixed up order, but like it's telling a story or something, but here.
Yeah.
Will they save us tonight? The last hope for all of us. Will we see the years go by? Will we still hold on? Save us tonight, a star shines in all of us. Far beyond our lives, still their glory must live on. Ah, oh no. Okay, this one.
Huh.
See now the fallen will live again. They feel the pain burn inside of them. Remember now what they feel again deep down inside. Still cursing, still crawling, their mankind is falling. The downfall of mankind, the fate of us all. And this last one. Proud and so glorious, standing be the four of us. Their souls will shine bright in the sky. Their steel will shine forever through the night and blinding pain. They will face their fears, for soon it's time to rise again the everlasting pain. Ah, that's very similar to that one before.
Now, my question is it talking about four heroes or is it talking about four demons?
Don't know.
Yeah, the demons and the heroes sound like the same thing almost.
Right?
About pain and rising and yeah.
And
Hey,
it
DM.
does look to you like there is one set of lines that is repeated twice.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But one of them has a phrase at the front that is
Mhm.
different. But it is two. It is two of the same. It's not a copy paste typo. Yes, I have sent it to all of you because he's reading it aloud, so you all should have access to it. But yes, Nicolette.
Do the mural walls, do they have any resemblance of any demons or any resemblance of, I don't know,
Well, there's the one with the
like,
beast.
yeah,
Make a knowledge religion check for what you know about demons.
okay, not much. 3.
Yeah,
No.
your extensive schooling did not teach much about demons. You're not sure what looking like a demon would mean. In your head, certainly, maybe they're evil creatures with possibly wings and long claws, and they probably smell really bad and can kill you, but you're not really sure specifically. These four entities on the walls around you seem one seems dog-like, one seems uh, elephant-like, one seems fish-like, and one seems man-like.
Like they resemble us.
Oh.
Well, I feel like we could go back and forth with what this means for forever, but I think we probably need to investigate more about what's around us.
I want to stare at the photo of the Loxodon, see if I get anything, any ideas.
It's hard to shake the feeling that this is, if not you, one of your people. Um, it's not detailed enough that you could say, look, that's my face, but it's clearly an elephant person, and then a huge elephant. And you are an elephant person, so that similarity is not lost on you. But there's not enough detail to say this is me, or to say that this is not. Um,
What? I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, that's all I had. What were you gonna say?
Oh, uh, what? Well, what if, like, it's not us, but what if this could have been our ancestors or something like they all ended up meeting in the past or something like that and went through something similar together. And then we ended up meeting with that could be, or maybe not even our ancestors, but I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool.
I think this
Seems
is
almost
more specific to us.
seems too perfect.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Could have been
anybody would have. I'm not sure anybody would have been in my position. Although I'm not sure what this means here. Even for this thing that looks like me, I'm not sure what this transformation is. Especially not this last one here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand the locks. I don't really have anything locked. I don't own a lock.
What if we all touch the tablet that resembles us?
The first, since there's 3 different ones for each person, do we touch the first one, the second, or the third?
It's a good question.
Maybe we try the first, since this is our first time here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What makes sense, right?
Yeah, I say let's
I'll,
touch it. I just
I
want to
put my
touch
hand
everything.
on the first lock on the mural.
Okay.
Just
Nothing
hold.
happens.
I'm just gonna keep it there till everyone pushes their hands up.
I'm gonna put my hand up on mine's.
Tentatively.
He's like,
Okay,
yeah.
this is what we're doing. Okay, I'll slowly reach up as well.
As you all four touch the first quadrant, you hear a shattering sound. Looking behind you, the red orb has shattered into pieces, and a red water appears to be pouring from it. 4 tentacles spread out, each one wrapping around each of you, and you hear echoing deeply in your mind. I'm gonna try to get this close so you don't lose it. I will help you. The prophecy has begun. Your bodies go limp, and you feel filled with a mysterious power like you never have before. Left, as you hear a gasp, you see a figure in an all-black cloak wearing a silver mask. Nama, you recognize this as your friend. She closes the door quickly and begins to run. All of you go limp once again, feeling the red water flow up around you, and that is where we will end this session.
Mm.
Oh, this
Right.
chick.
All right.
Man. All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, no combat.
Amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Yay.
Huzzah! For a
Um,
second there, I thought we were kind of dead.
no.
Yeah.
I know. I was
We're
like,
dead.
ugh.
Oh no, when we all went through the portal, I was like, oh, we're all dead.
For those of
Gone.
you watching, thank you so much for joining us for this session. We really appreciate you being here. We will be streaming again next Sunday night. We will be jumping back to Brian's game, built from Ash. Brian, you have anything you want to say?
Just come ready for some mystery.
Yeah. And my session will be again in 2 weeks on Sunday nights, and you will find out what these 4 wake up to find, where they are, and what they're going to do next. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you guys have a great night.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
night, everybody.
Bye.